PT. He's talked about that in the past a bit. I don't know if his mindset is still there or if he just wants to play his P-color coat man across the board.
Oh, you went with this color?
I hate this color. Which I guess, you know, if you want to tilt your opponent.
Is it better than P-color banjo?
No. Yes. Yes, it is. Don't ever play yellow banjo. Don't let me catch you doing that. This goes out to all of the everyone listening to this stream.
See, that's what I'm talking about, though, is because Ned went for I think it was like a dash attack to start, and then he did a nair, which reads like a couple of different tech chase options to follow up into another dash attack. And it's like, that's a pretty conservative choice, and then he can go for something more aggressive later, like a smash attack to read the tech choice. Oh, hello.
But that just kind of let that happen. Which, I guess if you're going to DI it out of stage, that's fine. This matchup just seems exceptionally difficult for Mario. The more that I watch it, it seems harder every time. Like Mario, Joker can put Mario into positions where you're going to trade when he has Arsene and just get hit and not want like that. You're not going to want to get hit in any situation. That's not a trade, obviously.
Well, he tried to relieve the pressure by running into the corner, but then it's the burst optional dash attack kills so early. Although that wasn't really like an early stock, but there was room to spare on that KO. All right, no room to spare on that one. Get out of here.
Dan playing a little bit fresher. One thing I think that people don't always take into account, when you have like two fairly even in skill level players or like close to it, like top players playing on stream, is when you're waiting for grands and your opponent runs through losers for 3 or 4 sets, their hands are warm. You have to like reset yourself mentally a little bit. Like, this is what I need to do when I play.
Ned's pretty good at playing. Like when you go to nationals as much as Ned does, right? You need to be able to play in all sorts of conditions. So I don't think he's really worse for wear for that particular reason. And now he's trying to get these cross-ups going with Arsene. You see all these empty hops are so threatening.
Ned just plays his character like he's playing Smash 4 Cloud. It's literally, he does the same stuff. Tons of empty hops, utilized specifically, like, it's like he uses Arsene almost like a gold limit, where he's not doing anything crazy, but he's just going to catch you once in neutral and kill you anyway.
Well, you don't have the threat of just like falling off the stage and dying in this game with Joker as much as you did in Smash 4 Cloud. And that was like the thing he hated the most about that character. Sometimes you just died at 0.
Yeah, I mean, with Joker that can happen, but usually it's in transition of Arsene leaves as you're recovering or something wonky happens. This character, obviously, infinitely better recovery across the board.
Ooh, okay.
Cloud has.
We got some gun dashes. We got some tether cancels. This is what I'm talking about. I love the technical stuff. And Ned is so good at optimizing that movement.
That's good. Well, Dan running up and getting the sub smash. Ned trying to run around and beat Bullet Bill. Not really working out for him more than like the 12 to 15% that he got. It's cool to see the technical stuff where the opponent just runs up and looks at you and just up smashes you. It's like that scene in Indiana Jones where the guy's got the scimitar out and he's swinging it all around and he just pulls out the gun and shoots him.
I love that scene. You know, Harrison Ford was sick that day, and there's a whole routine choreographed, and he was just like, nah, I'm done. Let me go back to the trailer.
I love that they kept that as the cut. It's so good. All right, Dan clinging to his last breath. Ned having a little bit of a difficulty sealing this out, but Arsene is coming, and Ned's only at 45.
Yeah, there it is. He was seconds away. Gonna spam those back airs on the ledge.
I was actually kind of surprised he didn't go for like fade back side B as Mario.
Whoa! How did he catch that?
He caught Arsene's foot. If Halo has taught us anything, it's that demons have their foot as the kill point.
I'm just thinking of the Nakey Jakey video where he talks about the sound, like bad voice acting. Remember that video? And he's like, what's the perfect sound for a Covenant Elite to make when you throw a grenade on them and they explode? Should they just go ow, or should he just go oh?
All right, going to game 2. Dan with the 1-0 lead.
Add the Arbiter to Smash instead of Master Chief so he can make that noise when he goes to the blast zone. I
want Jakey to commentate in Smash Brothers. It'd be so good. All right, these guys coming out even here. Living right back on PS2, which I guess is good. Get your reps in on this worse version of its own stage. Although I am starting to become more partial to it because it nerfs Fox.
That was what Big Mac was saying. He's like, anything that makes Fox worse is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, well, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong about this stage. Maybe it is good. As Dan catches him once again with that run-up smash. He's caught Ned with 3 of those in 4 stocks in this opening grand finals.
Fox is a mid-tier, though. He needs all the help he can get.
Get away from me. Fox is top 3.
Light got like 25th at Shine. He's a mid-tier. Okay. Yep. Hello.
Yeah.
Get out there with that Ganon dare.
Hits him with the taunt, too. Did you hear Morgana coming out?
Oh, no, looking for a spike of his own here is Dan.
Oh, that wasn't a taunt. Is that production making noises?
That was Jacob just
Damn it, Silas. I don't know what Joker. See, I don't know what Joker's taunts are.
He says that. They all involve Morgana in some way, I think.
I just got baited in grand finals.
No, he did taunt the first time.
Okay, he did taunt.
Dan looking for that win button, the up smash.
Back throw, not quite. Actually, not really even that close. Now if he catches him on ledge, a little bit more probable.
Yeah, the kill power of that back throw is not at what it once was. You really got to get on the ledge, otherwise they're going to be able to DI it. This should do it.
Like that. Yeet. Ned hitting him back with a taunt, or sorry, Dan hitting him back with a taunt of his own. And now I like that Ned's kind of been like slowly embracing the villain role. We need that. We need that in the scene. You need people to root for and against.
He's too polite.
Yeah.
He just plays characters that people hate. That's the thing. Hello. Okay. I'm pretty sure he was going for a shield break on a couple of those F smash attempts. And now there's taunts every which way.
Amazing.
Ned really wants to break that shield.
Yeah, he does.
Dan's not giving it to him, which is smart.
And now it's already back, because the one thing about this game I personally don't like is the shields respawn too fast.
That's been the case since Smash 4, though.
I hated it about that game, and that's not news. Oh, he missed the down smash! He got the back air, though. It works out.
That was just a good aerial fade from Dan in order to avoid that down smash. And that's like a Luigi trick, right? Where you use that super jump punch in the corner and then just go to the ledge.
Yeah, yeah.
Classic.
Luigi has to do it. Mario gets to do it as a mix-up because Mario is a superior character.
Slowing things down a bit. I think Dan doesn't want to like unduly give him Arsene at this point in time. So if you can get this kill soon.
Yeah, but you can't fish too hard for it. That was it, though. Unless the bullet bill like stuck him in there.
Oh, how did he turn that around? Actually, the hurt box to Joker extended himself.
So fast.
Joker, he extended his hurt box by with dash attacking.
Yeah, with the foot.
And the foot was out there. But yeah, that turnaround was basically instant.
Dan's just insane with his like precision on turnaround up smashes. He does it so fast. He's up 2-0.
Well, he's been doing that since Smash 4 too. It's pretty much the same input, except you don't have to jump cancel it anymore.
All right, back to Stadium. They've not really been messing around with the stage choice as much. I think one of them's partial to the music. All right, Ned out to a much stronger start this game.
Well, we know what Mario can do here, right? One combo, it's 70%.
Now, let's start with one hit, and then we'll go from there.
You're not wrong. Okay, one back air.
All right, we got the hit.
Dan really hasn't been fireballing too much. Maybe he just doesn't want to give free meter away, but you can actually kind of bait the counter if you think he's going to meter a fireball, or counter a fireball. But, oh, yeah, don't cross up that shield. That's the thing about Joker.
That's been the biggest thing that Ned's game has improved on, is specifically the catches with the up smash and the recognition on when he can do that, because Arsene can kill you with that so early. Arsene is so strong. Good God.
Weighing out the guns a little bit, but this just gives Joker center stage. Ooh, and he wanted to let it rip with the F smash.
Dan and Ned are just kind of playing a lot of footsie here, but the problem is, in Dan's case, when you're down a stock, you don't really want to just kind of wander around and do even trades. This is not trade time. Oh, no.
Well, now you're in a lot of trouble. This might just be like a wash your hands of this game and move on to the next one type situation, but
Mulligan.
let's see.
Yeah, incoming mulligan.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, maybe not. I mean, you never know. Dan did kind of, I don't want to say steal that game one, but he had the hard read to bring it back. Ned's been getting a lot more consistent grabs this game, too. That's been a big part of this. He's been recognizing when Dan's going to shield, and Dan hasn't gotten a lot of out-of-shield options or, like, dashaways.
I was talking to Dan about this before the set, not just in this matchup, but in general, that like up being out of shield, it's pretty hard to know exactly where you want to do it. But okay, he knew exactly where he wanted to plant that, and suddenly we got a game here, Pete.
Yeah, that straight up was, you know what? Hey, he's going to get aggressive because he has Arsene. And get out.
That's one way to get rid of that guy. Just kill him.
Just dunk him.
Dan does have this good stage positioning, but then the dash grab, as you mentioned, just finding those moments where Dan wants to shield. That's giving Ned a lot of mileage. But okay, ooh, got a trip animation on that back air. That leads to 60% in a blink of an eye.
Oh, he didn't think to get the grab. He ran up and paused on the grab, and if he gets it, different story. That was still a really good run back considering the issues he had early on in that game. So I think the momentum's still fairly heavily in Dan's favor. But we'll see.
Yeah, there were just some trip-ups there in the middle of that one. But he did look very comfortable as soon as that spike happened. So we definitely still have a set between these two. Let's see if it's back to Stadium once more. Nope, it is Battlefield. Dan does get the benefit of his counter pick because he did have that 2-0 lead. So to the tri-plats we go. I mean, you could write a book about all the crazy comeback combos that Mario has, in the history of Smash 4 and Ultimate, have run on this stage. So
yeah, I don't see too many circumstances where you would want to sit down as Mario and go, I'm not going to pick Battlefield.
We're also going to see more of those up Bs out of shield because, as I mentioned, it can be a little bit more ambiguous on a stage like this where you can choose whether you land on that platform or if you go right through it to punish on the part of Joker. So Dan might be more comfortable going for that option and saying, you can't touch my shield as freely anymore on this stage.
All right, Arsene out to play. That's kind of what he was going to. I was waiting for that, actually. Just like with my words. I was going to say something, and I was staring at the Arsene meter waiting to talk.
But a re-grab on the ledge is going to cost you your life. And yep, Arsene down smash is a hell of a drug, but woo! Okay, looking for another spike. That down air leads to 50%. He lands one down air. Holy hell.
Yeah, it's so much damage. Arsene is absolutely berserk. It's kind of insane.
Joker, you are looking cool, my guy. I wasn't lying. Okay, that up air wasn't really high reward, but it did give you a lot more of the stage back, and Dan is now fighting for it. Retreat a little bit farther back. That's a re-grab. No punish on the part of Dan, but oh, second time the charm. He hit him with like the very bottom of his head, basically at Mario's feet on the platform. Kind of a crazy conversion with the up smash on the left side of the stage, but you know what? We take those.
We take those, and he desperately needed something to happen in his favor as well. These momentum swings between these two guys have actually been kind of unreal.
And yeah, Ned did go for the counter onto the fireball. It was just one landing fireball. The one time that Dan uses it in this game, and it immediately is converted into Arsene meter. But okay, can you convert this to the stock? No, he goes down to reset instead.
Yeah, that's not going to work out the way that he really needed it to. But the counter, gonna take the stock. Something we haven't really seen utilized as much in this set.
Dan has been really good at avoiding them, using Mario's aerial drift and as many delays as he can in his back pocket to try and avoid those counters. But you can see why he needs to be so careful, is those are very, very lethal.
F smash going the other side of stage, not going to take any kind of a stock. You need that to be facing the other way. But it did get Ned off of him for the time being. But this percentage is racking up here, racking up quickly. Dan having a hard time closing out the stock.
Yeah, and he still needs like one more decently sized hit before an up smash will take it up there. Those jabs might be enough here, depending on how stale or fresh the up smash is, or if he can get on that platform once more.
I don't think he has enough rage, honestly. Now maybe. Now definitely. Now you're good. Now if you can press the kill switch.
Oh, and he went for a second one. You see that, but just barely getting that little dagger out there in time. There was Joker. And this damage is close to a lap. Getting closer, and
yeah, Ned
going past it.
Ned going way deep down there with the back air. So we're going to get a game 5 here in this grand.
Only in set 1 so far. So if Ned can win this, he will prevent the bracket reset and take this tournament without dropping a single set. Dan, on the other hand, needs this reset to complete his three-peat.
Tricky thing, Matt, winning multiple tournaments in a row.
You know what's the one thing that's trickier than the three-peat? Is repeating the three-peat.
That's true. Dan does have one in the past at Ignition. Meanwhile, Ned standing in his way. Game 5 going back to Battlefield. All right, up he out of shield.
And he's switching to default Mario. I definitely approve of this.
Mario Supreme.
Where's the lie?
Jacob, are you not entertained? Couldn't quite get up there. He could have fished like just double jump immediate up B. Kind of glad he didn't, because Arsene would have probably ruined that.
Yeah, being conservative with a lead like this is fine. You don't need to go for the kill at this point.
I really like the spot dodge jab, because you can't just sit there and like only do defensive moves with Arsene out. It's a trap that a lot of people fall into.
Ooh, if that fair had connected, that would have put Dan in a really, really poor position where he had to recover low into the counter once more. But Tetrakarn is now gone now that Arsene has disappeared, and this is going to be advantage Dan for another good amount of time. Maybe enough to take this stop.
Maybe, or not quite. It depends if Ned can keep this upswing of preventing Mario from getting to him, because Dan had a really good opening. Now Ned's got to find his way back to Arsene, because it has run out. He wasn't able to put on enough damage, as Dan was smart enough to play passively around the Arsene.
And then Dan getting a little aggressive with that back air in the corner, which I kind of like, because it just is a really good mix-up. And there, finally getting a spot dodge on the grab attempt, leading to an up smash, of course.
Falling, I really like that pivot grab. That whole thing was a nice setup.
Unfortunately, it didn't lead to more reward, but yeah, that was very, very clean.
Air forward throw, likely a missed input on the forward throw. That was so scary. Arsene coming out as he up smash could have just taken the stock out of literally nowhere. It was like 2 frames early.
Yeah, he was just a little too early on that. That was a regular Joker up smash.
Hashtag not quite gonna kill, even at ledge at like 100. That goes so low. That is the craziest counter, like, well, since they nerfed Wish Time.
It's the craziest counter since Corrin's pre-nerf counter in Smash 4. Remember that thing that killed you at like 30 regularly?
I refuse to acknowledge that as existing at any point in time.
That counter was nutty.
Yes, it was. And it was still worse than Wish Time.
You know, you're not wrong.
Good F smash there by Dan. Making himself have a little bit more control over the platforms more in general. That's really what he needs to maintain, is the control over the platforms.
And to that effect, like every time that Joker starts one of these little short hop trains, okay, nice. That was nice. Give him the spin. Every time Joker starts one of those little short hop trains on the platform or otherwise, you can just like disrespect that with exactly that move, the super jump punch, because it has the intangibility on it. So it'll just cut right through any of these mix-ups with these jumps. And now that Dan is maybe starting to figure that out, it can really disrupt just the whole neutral game plan of Joker, make him have to respect that.
All right, Bullet Bill coming out to play.
That's another pivot grab.
Went for the fair would have been good damage. Up smash going to kill. All right, we got last stock game 5 of this grand finals here at Ignition 199. First set. Dan needs to reset, or Ned's going to take it home. Ned's going to have to fight his way through about half of an Arsene meter.
We've been seeing more and more of these players wait on the Angel platform for the Arsene meter to start to dip, and I definitely agree with the decision.
Yeah, there's no reason to engage Arsene. If there's one thing that we know about Arsene and like his role in the scene for sure, it's don't engage it. Or engage it as little as possible.
That F smash would have been probably enough to take this game and reset the bracket, but Ned definitely dodging it.
Ned just a little bit late on the up air drag down up smash. He missed it by like a couple of frames. How to respect it. Then getting grabbed out of spot dodge. We have like almost a dead even game here.
This back throw will set up something potentially, but it's going to depend on the option afterwards. That was so scary. The air dodge was gone. I think that Dan might have been able to go out there if he found the opportunity, but this up smash does reset the bracket. Caught him in the corner sleeping. You jump again. I'm going to hit you with the dome. And we have a second set.
Catches him with the up smash there. That was actually really interesting because before that, Ned tried to get a little bit tricky with like the grapple gun kind of jump partially on the way up, like mix up his get off ledge option. Dan was waiting for it with the back air, and that was the catalyst. Because if Ned gets back on stage there, that's a whole different story. Up smash won't quite kill yet. The back air damage made that whole thing possible. That was such a good read on Dan's part to put himself in that position. Almost got real excited.
If he locked in on Jigglypuff, what would you have done?
I would have put tape over your mouth and just gone it alone. I would have been so happy. That's okay. I'm actually really enjoying this particular matchup. Joker versus Mario is very interesting.
So here we go on to Stadium number 2. Game 1 of the reset bracket. Again, these all have been really fast games. This has been a pretty aggro matchup between these characters. All the matchups since we started commenting really have been super aggressive.
Yeah, and both these characters, I feel like, against each other, once a hit gets in, you kind of want to be a little bit aggressive and make sure you get maximum damage or maximum just punish output. Like, up to 98% there is something you have to do, because if
that extra coin was pretty good. Exactly to your point.
You got to be as aggressive as possible against a character like Joker that can pull out Arsene. Actually, there is no character like Joker. Against Joker specifically, because when the time comes and he does have Arsene, when you do get that one strong read, you want to make sure that it kills.
Right.
You don't want to just like hit him away and he comes running back at you with crazy demon boy that can explode you.
Ganon disguised as Sheik.
Yeah, Ganon Sheik, his full name. Second up smash, gonna hit. Ned getting himself caught on what I think was a roll, and probably, it looked like a little bit of a...
It might have been like a skid animation or something. Those do exist in this game. Okay, trading taunts in just weird disadvantage situations, I guess.
That's amazing. Taking taunt to get bodied to the next level.
Hey, you know what? Whatever powers you up. Dan with a lead. Okay, get something started with a double up tilt. You don't see that move too much anymore, but this could be a stock. No, not quite.
Not quite, but that was a little more than something started. That was like a 65 damage combo. Although, Ned returning favor with an up smash of his own to seal a stock. All right,
Gonna get a little ladder of his own, too.
Joker's a crazy character.
Yeah, that damage output was nutty. 45, you basically hit him twice. But those jabs are going to disengage the Arsene, and that's super important in the matchup, as has been said many times now. Wait out that up tilt on these side platforms. Ledge trump, ooh, but just going to use it as a mix-up. I love the ledge trump that just leads to a mix-up and doesn't even like necessarily jump off and back air. It's like, okay, if you re-grab the ledge, you're going to have to eat this. But then you have to play around the re-grab of the ledge, right? And so it just adds a whole new dynamic to these ledge mind games.
Yeah, it was.
Yep, it's Wi-Fi. This is a Wi-Fi Grand Final.
Wi-Fi with taunting allowed is really what we're watching. Back throw? Gonna take the stock. Catches him on ledge. What was Joker at, like 130?
He's at 130. Mario's at 120, which is enough rage to help out.
I'm trying to figure out exactly when back throw kills. That down smash not going to kill. There was just enough drift on Mario's up B to the platform. I wonder why Dan Cape says he's about to grab ledge.
Because it's a free action.
Huh.
There's no point in not doing it if you're not going to up B.
I guess it doesn't also, you know, if he throws out a bullet to try to gimp him, it just reflects it.
Oh! How does he keep catching those?
He's caught a number of people today with those. Just he knows when people are going to recover at that angle where they're not going to burn their double jump, and he's just like, you know what? For the fans! Throws out the fist.
Well, it's for the game. If the fans are Dan, if Dan is a fan of himself, then yes, your point is correct. He did that for himself.
Any hard throw out of like a early kill move out of nowhere.
It's not even that hard of a committal because you full hop it and then you're like back down.
Yeah.
He re-grabs the ledge if you miss. So it's optimal. It's like don't jump there. Yeah, there's teabagging all over the place. Ned just did in the corner as he gets this combo started 0 to 40 in the blink of an eye. 10 seconds in this game. Very aggressive matchup between these two characters.
All right, Dan once again taking game one. Second set in a row we've seen that. Which is for the best. It's very hard to come back on a player like that.
We haven't really seen many parry attempts. Parrying doesn't give you too much of an advantage versus Joker, I guess. Because, like, he's pretty lagless in the first place. But, you know, those extra frames of advantage, don't sleep on them. Especially if you know when he's going to throw out those backers. Arsene almost online. I feel like the damage from this, yep.
That lasts so long, that poison from Aha.
Yeah, it lasts for like a while.
Jeez, look at this. That's like better than Olimar Pikmin.
It basically is a white Pikmin, especially when you have Arsene out. With that lingering dash attack, just gonna barely poke, and oh no! Missing the recovery? I think Ned thought he had a different angle online than he did, and that just is gonna cost you. Apparently it wouldn't have happened on PS1. I don't know about that one.
It actually wouldn't have. Nothing bad happens on PS1. Oh.
That wouldn't have happened on PS1.
It's true. Something bad happens.
Super jump punch reaches twice as high on PS1.
Just because we've changed to PS2 and I've conceded the war doesn't mean I'm going to stop complaining about it anytime soon. Bandtown City.
Okay.
Nair into Nair. And that was clean, too. That was like as quick as the frames allow. Dan looking real good suddenly.
And look at that spacing, just running away from these forward airs. Even almost had that dash grab as the mix-up, but good awareness on the spot dodge from Ned on the back end. Ooh, okay. Play very carefully around that up smash now, Ned. Oh, a controller issue, you think? Yeah.
Well, he's been saying that his controller is bad for a long time, so. But.
He's still using that push more buttons controller?
No idea.
Oh, okay. Get him with the grapple. Oh, that was sick. All right. Anytime you get a grapple play, I'm immediately a fan.
Yeah, that was also just a really good setup, too. Like, throwing out the up smash off of.
That was sick as heck. Love the grapple. That's like why I play Joker sometimes.
Up smash not going to kill. A little bit rage dependent there. 130. Kind of surprising.
Yeah, Mario scales with rage pretty well. Did you use jab block with the gun?
Yep.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Wasn't really in range to get any kind of confirm, but that was still slick. And now it's Ned playing super passively. You see him retreating, trying to get these Ahas in, using the gun as much as possible. Definitely advantage Ned now in this game, too.
Ned's been shaking his head a lot during this set. I wonder if he's playing more passively just to, like, reset his mindset a little bit, or, like, with the knowledge of if some of the tricks he wants to do while playing aggressively aren't going to work for whatever reason. Maybe if he just plays campy. And it worked out very well for him.
Yeah, and Arsene back air will delete Mario off of the left side. And there you have it. 1-1 between these two competitors.
Round 8. Fight.
Fight! It's not going to be a game 15, even if it goes to another game 5. It's a game 14, because there's a 3-1 set in the winner's side.
What if they double kill each other for a sudden death 6 times in a row?
Yeah, Ned reset his controller there. He's thinking something's being a little funky.
Yeah, he does that.
He doesn't do that every time.
He does it pretty consistently. Usually like once or twice a set.
Anyway, back to Battlefield. This is going to continue to be the preferred counter pick for Mario, of course. Talk about it in the first set. All the platform layouts. You saw the mix-ups that Dan was using with his up B over on the top platform specifically, but it works on the bottom platform too. And now this is Ned playing with some renewed vigor as he gets a good 47% in off the jump. Ooh, the down tilt to continue the string. Very nice. 80%. But down throw back here is a drug. Okay, you got to go with that high super jump punch to intercept the angled guns. That's going to be the mix-up that Joker wants to do off stage. Right? Am I going to do the downward angle guns, or am I going to do the counter? And so playing around the downward angle guns this time was a good guess by Dan, and it helps him save his bacon.
Yeah, because that pushing up B seemed like he was looking to side B, honestly. Obviously, you're probably not doing that on stage for no particular reason.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but Arsene is gone. Joker still has some kill power even without the big guy. That back air on the side is really safe and scary.
Falling back air, that's going to put Dan in a bad spot. Ned looking for some kind of strange ledge tromp. That was really interesting looking. Back they're not quite going to get it done there at that percentage. Up smash. Oh, that was real good. Throws him out so fast.
Yeah, the 6 back airs just whiffing, trying to cover everything else. But all right, you're in there. Ned's right back in this.
This set has been about as even as sets get, which has been really nice to watch. Going for Nair into a medium up B, which is cool on Battlefield because it puts you up on that platform and it's kind of hard to punish it.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what Dan did, but there this time Ned understood that he was going to go for the ground.
All right, Ned putting together a good string on this stock. And Aha gonna help with that without even touching him.
Yeah, it's 10% when you do not have Arsene. It's 20% when you do. A 20% projectile is pretty decent.
Yeah.
Make Banjo's grenade do 20%.
No. Absolutely not.
It's a nerf to his stalling, because he takes 60. It's actually a nerf. Listen to me. I'm a game designer. I don't know how he dodged that back air. That was like threading one of the scariest needles of all time.
Yeah, everything here. I'm actually surprised that didn't kill him.
The dash attack caught him.
Wasn't that down tilt?
Oh, down tilt. You're right. It looks like a dash attack.
If I didn't play Cloud, I wouldn't have known the difference.
Oh, let it rip with a big spicy meatball. Good damage, though. Not enough to KO.
The spicy meatball there was less the F smash and more the, all right, I'm going to chase it by full hop late F fairing. Try to dunk it with it once again.
I like that because, again, you can never sleep on these recoveries as long as Dan is on the screen. It's more that kind of conditioning. It's like, okay, you have to be scared anytime you recover.
Switch to Persona. Might have saved him from that back air. I'm not actually certain. And get rid of Arsene immediately with the up smash.
That up smash will definitely save Dan from a scary fate and clear out that Arsene meter once more.
Does Joker spawn with 1/5 of an Arsene meter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful. Give Cloud that for limit then.
No, don't give Cloud anything.
Give Cloud his Nair back.
Cloud gets nothing fun. He's still paying for his sins. Just like DDD.
What? I mean, you're right. For other games.
DD's been paying for those sins for 12 years.
Well, he's also been making other people punished for their sins in PM. That's a different story.
You're not wrong. Okay, scary ledge situation, but Dan somehow sneaking back into it. But again, those dash backs get called out by the dash attacks. That hurts like a truck, and Ned's got to leave.
All right, for the first time in this grand, Ned is up. As we go to round 9.
Round 13.
That's true. They played earlier for 4 rounds.
Smashville's the counter pick. Also not a bad Mario stage, but I also just really like this stage for Joker. I really find it hard to counter pick Joker into this stage. The close sides. It's so scary to play around Arsene back air, and the sides are that much closer even, and this platform in the center is so good for drag down off air combos. It is a spooky place to fight this caped Crusader. Masked Crusader. Is it caped? It's like a trench coat. Masked Contender is a better way to put it.
For the sake of the alliteration, I will give you this.
Why?
10 points to Gryffindor.
I accept. I'd like to thank my mom.
All right, nothing too crazy happening quite yet with either of these guys.
You can still do the up B mix-up with Mario.
I agree with a lot of what you said about Smashville, hypothetically, but Dan's been really good at playing around a lot of the particular things that would be beneficial to Ned on Smashville. So this is where the whole thing gets really dicey. You're at around 80.
You saw that forward smash attempt from Joker. And oh no!
Hey, look, Smashville pick coming in
Banned
clutch.
Pokemon Stadium 2.
Ned pineappling himself.
Yeah, that's tragic.
That's a lot of pummels.
7 pummels?
That was so many pummels.
Jeez. I don't know what the match just was there or wasn't there from Dan, but
Non-existent.
my Banjo wishes players on the line didn't match that hard. All right, good spot dodge timing. And oh, okay, if that up tilt had landed, that was very scary position to be in.
Yeah, that could have deleted him from 20.
Max Rage Mario Dare at the top of the stage probably would have killed. All right, finish it up. Even stocks.
Now, the scary thing about this stock is he's going to get Arsene almost immediately.
Yep, there you go. Now you have to play around the swordsman with crazy buttons, and okay, you gotta now recover very slowly but safely. And Dan does get back to the stage. If you had to burn that super jump punch, that could have been a counter or a dare or any other crazy amount of ways to eliminate him.
And suddenly you're behind.
Wow, that poked right under Smashville.
Yep, that goes through anyone that works on Town and City as well.
But there it is. Answer back from Dan on that tech in. Get out of here. Even game.
Yeah, Dan could not have picked a better time to get that answer back, given he is on his tournament life in the stock.
His tournament life just blinked up to 57% after just a couple of strong hits. Ned suddenly has a lot of momentum in his corner. Back air wall coming out. Open by a little bit of space. And reset with the down tilt. What's it gonna be?
Ooh. Oh, he kept going. I think he wanted to fair and decided against it.
He definitely did.
Oh, that was his chance. We need to get that 2-frame. Puts Joker back on stage with Arsene.
And try to cross up.
80 going to kill with room to spare. Dan just looks at us like, well, I guess.
Crossing up on Joker is so scary because the back airs can come out, the up smash can come out, and in Smashville,
Joker was at 70%, so Rage not really there. Up smash at 89 with Arsene, killed with room to spare. Dad is a meaty boy.
Yeah, Smashville too, like I was saying.
Who would win 34 years of Nintendo mascot excellence or one meaty boy.
Good times, man.
Good times. All right, so next
is
week, Ignition 200 is coming up. We will have Squad Strike earlier on in the day. It's either going to cap at 16 or 32, depending on how many people are there and how many people really want to get in. If it's 32, we will do 3v3 single limb. If it is 16, we will do 5v5 single limb. Obviously, we will have our singles bracket. We will also be doing doubles later in the evening as well. We're going to be renting out both of the extra rooms that are in this place. So we're going to have more space for setups. So if you are listening and you plan on attending Ignition 200 next week, please bring setups. We will have space for them, and we will greatly appreciate it. And there
Plus some other stuff.
Yeah, there are some other surprises that I am not quite yet at liberty to talk about, but I promise you it's going to be a real fun time next week. If you haven't been to an Ignition in a while, Ignition 200, make sure that that is the one that you make it out to.